Hey guys, welcome to the last know-it-all of the year. I'm Ashley Jenkins, and I'm all by myself today since Meg is in the UK being allergic to everything apparently. And well, it's the day after Christmas, so there are like 5 people in the office and we don't really have the manpower to make a sketch. So, you know what, in honor of closing out the year, let's kick this off old school RT News style. This brings back memories. So, some interesting developments this week. First of all, 343 Industries has revealed their planned make good for all the Halo fans who bought Halo the Master Chief Collection, only to suffer through some pretty severe matchmaking issues. The studio has started development on porting Halo 3 ODST's campaign to Xbox One, and it will be made available for free to everyone who bought the collection and played it between November 11th and December 19th. There is a catch, and that is that you need to have been online while playing at some point, so Xbox Live could register your game activity and make you eligible for this. It doesn't mean you need to have played multiplayer, you just need to have been connected. Additionally, they're working on reimagining the popular Relic map from Halo 2 Anniversary, and that new multiplayer map will be made available to everyone. Both will be added into Master Chief Collection sometime in the spring. Additionally, Nintendo has confirmed rumors that have been around for nearly a year now, that they're working on their next console hardware, despite speculation from some that the poor performance of the Wii U might chase them out of the console market. Nintendo legend Shigeru Miyamoto made the announcement while discussing his upcoming Star Fox game and the future of Wii U software, saying, "While we're busy working on software for the Wii U, we have production lines that are working on ideas for what the next system might be." And he also hinted that the company might either hold on to Mario or do something new with him for the next generation of hardware. Rumors surrounding the new hardware date back to talk of a fusion, that is a console/handheld hybrid that would work together, and recent rumors peg hardware manufacturer Sharp as developing some kind of donut-shaped display for the gaming company, so I guess we'll see what that ends up being. Now, yesterday was Christmas. Merry Christmas, by the way. I hope you had a good one. As a result, as they do pretty much every year, several games held Christmas celebrations, from Team Fortress 2's Smithmas event to the Final Fantasy Starlight celebration to World of Warcraft's Feast of Winter Veil to League of Legends Snowdown to Animal Crossing's Toy Day. Of course, several other games also got in the fun, like Verdun, which recreated the Christmas truce of World War I, GTA 5, which held snowball fights, and Borderlands the pre-sequel, which reskinned some enemies and offered Christmassy loot. Of course, to take advantage of many of those events, you had to be able to get online, and if you tried Xbox Live or PSN yesterday, you might have noticed that, well, they spent most of Christmas on their knees, and not just because so many people were trying to connect to the networks at once, or not just because of that. The same group behind previous DDoS attacks on the gaming networks was added again and brought both down for most of the day, and while Xbox Live has mostly recovered, PSN is still working on getting back up to speed, though they're on their way. A few weeks ago, another group calling themselves Finest Squad got together to counterattack the original group, going so far as to get one of those guys arrested, and they suited up again yesterday, posting the IP address where they believe that attacks originated. However, interestingly, the networks may have another unlikely helper. Kim.com, the founder of controversial file-sharing site Mega Upload. .com privately contacted the hackers, and I use the term hacker loosely, and bribed them with Mega Upload accounts to halt the attacks, after which the group tweeted, "Going dark, goodbye for now." We live in a weird world. No, seriously, super weird, as I make a clean segue to movies because, hey, after all that hubbub with the threats and the theaters pulling it, the interview came out. After an organization of art house theaters representing about 250 screens around the US offered to screen the movie for Sony, the movie studio went ahead with its original Christmas Day theatrical release for the movie, albeit a slightly more limited one. But interestingly enough, they also went ahead with a video on demand release of the movie, and they did it before the theatrical release. The movie was made available via Google Play, YouTube Movies, and Xbox Video on the 24th. However, no sign of it on Crackle, the VOD platform that Sony actually owns. Whatever you think of the movie, and I haven't seen it yet, but I expect it to be a bit disappointing just because no movie could possibly live up to this kind of hysteria, it may have some far-reaching implications for the entire movie industry. If the movie, which cost about somewhere in the range of $40 million to make, can break even without the backing of major theater chains like AMC, Regal, and Cinemark, then it makes studios far less dependent on those distributors for their movies, and they may be more likely to plan day-and-date VOD in the future. But we'll see, since reportedly it's already been pirated upward of 1 million times, you jerks. Of course, Sony isn't getting away scot-free because the music arm of the company, well, they may have stuck their foot in it a bit. Popular YouTuber Shane Dawson recently published a parody of Taylor Swift's Blank Space in which he becomes obsessed, kills his girlfriend, stalks the singer, and ends up killing her too. Like the interview, that depiction of the killing of an actual person could be considered in poor taste, but it's definitely allowed under the freedom of expression and all that, right? Yeah, apparently not. In an amazingly hypocritical move, Sony issued a copyright takedown notice for the parody, citing its violence as the problem, and demanded Dawson re-edit it to remove the objectionable parts to clear the strike. Even though the parody doesn't utilize Swift's actual lyrics or music, and parodies of this nature have been an institution for decades, thank you very much, Weird Al, and Dawson has other parodies of Taylor Swift songs that have remained untouched, and even though there are other parodies of Blank Space on YouTube, like Bart Baker's, all of which I guess are totally okay. I did say we live in a weird world, but maybe, if we're lucky, in the future we can live in an even weirder one, because scientists at NASA have proposed a new theoretical project called HAVOC, or High Altitude Venus Operational Concept, in which we put Zeppelin-like airships 30 miles above the surface of Venus for scientists to live on while studying the second rock from the sun. The actual surface of Venus is pretty much a no-go, since pressure there is about 90 times that of Earth, and the temperature averages 850 degrees Fahrenheit or so. Oh, and its super acidic atmosphere might also be kind of a hitch. The longest any probe has survived there was 127 minutes, and that was in 1982. However, 30 miles up, the temperature is an unpleasant but more manageable 165 degrees, and the pressure is about that of Earth's sea level. There are still some things to work out, like dealing with the atmospheric acidity and getting people and equipment there and back, and currently there are no plans to actually execute the mission since we're kind of focused on Mars right now, but it's still really cool. Alright, and I think that about does it for the Know-It-All this week. Remember to check out the patch for more gaming chit-chat, leaderboard for an update in everything esports, and screenplay for all the Scrooge talk you can handle. We should be back to normal next week. Well, probably. In the meantime, have a happy new year and make all those resolutions, and keep up with your entertainment on roosterteeth.com.